And hello everyone, welcome to another Let's Play. This is Myrokos, and today we are at last resuming the journey we have been undertaking in Final Fantasy XIV. This time we will be starting the quest line for the Eden raid series, which which is here. We did start the Sorrow of Warlet. I do still have to turn in that quest, but I can do so when I'm ready to continue that. Might as well hide that then, just so I don't have that staring at me, and yeah, clear that out as well, just so we don't have any distractions. So, if you like what you see at any point, please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Give me a follow on Twitch. Hit the notification bells. And let's get started. In the middle of nowhere, one of the Crystarium guards is particularly relieved to have found you. Is that so? Ah, Myrokos. Have you seen Reen? She's been looking for you. Really? No, I haven't. Wait here. I'll go and get her. I mean, I know she was worried about me earlier needing to take a rest, but... There you are. The truth is, I need your help. Okay? Now hold on, I haven't even told you what it is yet. Well, someone's eager. Ahem. After you defeated Emmett Selk, I sensed a strange concentration of light somewhere far to the south. In the empty, the lands that were once swallowed by the flood. Uh-oh. I can't tell what it is, but we have to find out. For all we know, it might even be another Light Warden. Whatever it may be, I don't intend to stand by and watch. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Thancred Urianger and I have a few theories that we plan to test once we find whatever's causing this. The three of us were reluctant to ask for your help, considering everything you've been through. The thing is, you're the only person who can defeat a Light Warden without becoming one yourself, so we have no choice. While we don't want to jump to conclusions, it would be a good idea to have you there just in case. Smart. So will you come with us? Wouldn't have it any other way. Perhaps we should let sleeping dogs lie. Thank you, Myrokos. This means a lot. First of all, let's head to the Derrick and Amarang. Thancred and Urianger should have everything ready by now. Okay. And I'm gonna be doing this on my bard. I know I've been doing this, using this job for dungeons, etc., but I kind of want to save Black Mage for Endwalker, the expansion after this patch content. And I also need to have other jobs leveled up, so might as well do this one. I also don't know how comfortable I feel starting a raid with doing it on a tank job. So that's it. We need to go to Init Journey's Head. I think it's that set of pavilions down near Nabatharang that otherwise had nothing. to do. Yo. Sorry to drag you all the way out here. I have a feeling you'll miss this place when you see where we're going next, though. To the blessing to see thee, so hail. I hope the desert creatures didn't give you too much trouble on the way here. Nope. I doubt they posed any sort of challenge to him. Would that I could say the same with confidence about whatever fiend may be waiting for us out there. Even if the light that Reen sensed turns out to be nothing of consequence, the empty is hardly the most welcoming of places. Anything that could survive out there is not to be trifled with. Moreover, it should be reiterated that the light-blasted wasteland poseth as severe a threat as any foe we might face. In any event, we are in agreement that this phenomenon doth warrant investigation, though for lack of more precise means of navigation, we must needs rely on Reen's innate abilities to guide us. I have formed several hypotheses regarding the nature of the light, but speculation is a poor substitute for first-hand observation. There will be plenty of time for us to talk about it on the way. Is the Sky Slipper ready, Thancred? Ready to take us wherever you need to go. Aye, back again too, maybe, if we ask it nicely. Though the light hath been expunged from Norvant, the ambient ether of the empty is still corrupted, dangerously so, in fact. The flood of light devastated everything in its wake, the soil, the air, the water, all rendered incapable of supporting life. 'Tis due to this imbalance that the empty remaineth utterly uninhabitable even a century thereafter. That's why we're taking every possible precaution. Between the etherometers I've packed and Reen's unique abilities, we should be able to detect and measure any fluctuations in our alignments. According to the Crystarium scouts, a few days out there won't affect us to any noticeable degree, but much longer than that, and we risk becoming seniors. Since we still don't know how Chocobos and Omara will fare in the empty, we opted for a more mechanical mode of transportation. This comes courtesy of the researchers at the Mean, who found it in the Crystal Tower and restored it to working order. Oh, is this like one of Sid's inventions? It's quite safe, I promise. The person in charge said he'll have parts delivered from the Crystarium should anything break. He seemed quite eager to see what we bring back from the empty, even though I told him we're not hunting for treasure. I'll introduce you if we have a chance to stop by Mordsuk at some point. Anyway, I think that covers everything. When you're ready to leave, just say the word. Although the flood of light is believed to have expunged all traces of life from the empty, we must remain ever vigilant. We know not what we shall find. While I'm piloting and Reen's navigating, you and Ariandri will be free to enjoy the view and engage in rousing conversation. By that I mean he can spend the whole time talking to you while you nod in agreement. Well then, shall we? Let us shall. I wonder if it'll still be nighttime. Ah, it does reflect the time of day. Good. There's something about doing this at night. You know, when you have nothing but night sky. With a name like the Empty, I wasn't expecting much in the way of pleasant scenery, but this is downright depressing. Well, we have the stars, don't we? To look on the land swallowed by the flood with mine own eyes, 'tis a chilling sight indeed. Approximately 9/10 of this world are as this, a slate all but wiped clean. Were it not for the warriors of darkness and Minfilia, Reen, are you sure we're heading in the right direction? Reen's our compass, of course she is. Yes, I'm certain. There's no telling how far away it is, though. Nothing for it but to keep going then. You two back there may as well take a nap. I have a feeling we've got a good few mounds ahead of us. I have to say, it's a touch larger than I was expecting. And is it sleeping? Sleeping? Oh, wow, that took all night. No, it's waking up. I don't like the sound of that. Is it a light warden? No, I don't think so. Instead of being filled with light, it is light. The first Sin Eater. Oh. Long have I strived to unravel the mysteries surrounding the flood of light, to discover what set that terrible cataclysm in motion. Every thread led to the same conclusion, the same single point. Or single being. I have reason to believe that the entity we see before us is the first Sin Eater, the instigator of the flood, the very foe Minfilia vanquished a century ago. She gave everything she had, and won. But this abomination could undo her work. Aye, the possibility cannot be denied, though it is oft said that destruction and creation are but two sides of the same coin. Reen, knowest thou of what I speak? The power to shape reality, to bend the laws of nature, for what was once shattered may be forged anew. That is all well and good, but don't you think we should give it a name first? Eden. Utopia in Fae, a most auspicious title. Now that that's settled, perhaps we should find a spot to set up camp. I even brought a couple of tents on the off chance, but pitching the damn things is something of a fine art. Does anyone fancy helping me? This place looks like the burn. Though frequent rest may allay the symptoms of prolonged exposure to the EMT's ambient ether, it would be unwise to linger here over long. Where is Thancred? Is he up there? Nope. Great. We lost Thancred already. Lovely. I never realized that putting tents up could be such a bother. Still, I'm glad that we got here in the end. Thancred should be back from scouting the area soon. Once he's here, we can plan our next move. During the course of your investigation, you may discover valuable artifacts. These can be exchanged for equipment by speaking with Google in Mordsuk or Yal in Yulmore. Okay, so that's how you get your raid gear. Okay, deploy the core. Rena waits anxiously for Thancred to return from surveying the vicinity. I wonder what's taking Thancred so long. Ah, there he is. Well, that was rather uneventful. Not that I'm complaining. Did you find anything? No, thankfully, there's naught but barren plains in every direction apart from Eden, obviously. I tried approaching it, and the brute didn't even seem to notice me. I thought it best not to tempt fate, so I withdrew. We should act now before it's fully awake. Meaning what, exactly? When I think about the flood of light, I get the feeling that rather than destroying everything in its path, what it actually did was stop the flow of ether. Of course, that meant that all of the plants, animals, and people here could no longer survive. They must have crumbled to dust centuries ago. But the ether is still here, lying dormant. I think I may have skipped over something. If Eden is the one that caused it, maybe it can get it flowing again. I don't know for certain, but I think I can use Eden to bring life back to the empty. Now hold on a moment, what makes you think that's even possible? And how do you expect to control that kind of power? Reen's aspirations may not be as preposterous as thou dost surmise. I believe Minfilia halted the Flood of Light's advance, not by destroying Eden, but by silencing it. And in so doing, she hath gifted us an opportunity too precious to waste. Even now, the flame of hope burns on. Aye, as Minfilia's successor, it standeth reason to reason that Reen doth possess the means to exert her will over Eden. But such a monumental task is not to be taken lightly. What sayest thou, Myrokos? I imagine this is easier said than done. I would put Reen's life at risk. Yeah, there's got to be something more to it than that. Yes, you're probably right, but I have to try. Very well, Reen, you've made up your mind, so how should we go about this? I have an idea. I've been studying it carefully ever since we arrived, and it seems to me that the light is more concentrated at a certain point. I suppose you could call it the core. That giant Taurus had a core too, like a beating heart. It controlled the flow of ether. If Eden's core is the same, perhaps we could use it to restore the etheric balance. The theory is certainly sound. By employing Ethernet shards as beacons, mayhap we could trace the ethereal flow to Eden's core. And in so doing, secure the means to teleport to the very heart of the beast. Thankfully, the Settlement Council has kindly furnished us with a plethora of apparatus by which to perform such feats. However, we must needs first have Reen study the entity's interior and chart us a suitable course. Once we have reached our destination, I shall fabricate a means by which you may directly communicate with Eden, and mayhap exert a measure of control over it. You can really do that, Uriandre? All credit is due to a dear friend, a gentle soul long since departed, who imparted to me a wealth of knowledge concerning etherology. Although I am certain she would be all too quick to chastise my methodology. Excuse me for interrupting this trip down memory lane, but I don't imagine that Eden will be too happy about us rummaging around in its innards, for want of a better term. In all seriousness, though, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some sort of welcoming party arranged for intruders. Perhaps you had best lead the way, Myrokos. I expected as much. It's true that he's the only one who can defeat a Light Warden, but I'd rather not rely on him any more than we have to. Yes, I haven't forgotten what happened when he absorbed too much light, but as Alize said, making promises you have no way of keeping is not a kindness. True. Now, I wish I could put down wardens myself, but the simple fact is I can't. There's no point in pretending I can, that's why I'm asking Myrokos. Then perhaps I could. You already have a job to do, remember? The only reason this plan even has a chance of success is because of your involvement. We need you to concentrate on the task at hand and guide us to the core. Not only that, but you'll have to keep an eye on Eden itself. If we somehow manage to make it angry, get us out of there. Are you sure you want to go through with this? This is what I do best. For lack of any better plans, this one will have to do. This is what I do best. I won't let you down. Though we will remain here, Reen and I shall do our utmost to guide thee through the ethereal stream. After thou hast breached the exterior, we shall remain in contact via these link pearls, courtesy of our comrades in the Crystarium. Being relics salvaged from the Crystal Tower, I fear they may be somewhat less reliable than those which thou art to which thou art accustomed. The teleportation apparatus hath been calibrated successfully, and I believe the probability of irreversible disintegration to be relatively low. Oh, thank you, Ariandre. We're ready when you are. I can't get this bloody thing lit. It must be because the ether has stopped flowing, just as Reen said. Though if this plan of hers and Ariandre's actually works, we might have to stop calling this place the Empty. So if you need to get up, stretch your legs, grab a drink of water, do so now. This is going to take a little bit being DPS. Alright, here we go. I hope I placed that correctly. No. Crap. To focus on my abilities, I forgot to notice that. Whoa. Okay. Okay, now what? Do we have an active time mechanic? But I thought the first was mostly consumed by the flood. Hmm? I may wind up getting rid of some of these, but okay. Though we anticipated some form of resistance, I did not foresee Eden generating a similar replica of itself. To think that a mere fraction of its power could manifest such a powerful adversary is frightening indeed. It seems that we'll have to wait for the ether within Eden to stabilize before we can all teleport to the core. It seems that Thancred's prediction about there being some sort of guardian was right. Thankfully, it was nothing that you couldn't handle. I am glad to say that you haven't absorbed any light either. So far, so good. Now that the way is clear, the Ethernet shards can send us to the core and back whenever we need. Why don't we give them a try? But I thought we needed to give it a bit. Okay. Okay, standing around and waiting is hardly my forte, though I dare say I'm more suited to this than whatever Arianje is doing. Though the apparatus is now in place, a number of minute adjustments must needs be made before attempting to assert control over Eden. Once Arianje has activated the device, it's my turn. The time hath come, Marine. Watch over me, Minfilia. Is this supposed to happen? Eden is offering considerable resistance. Not now. Not when I'm so close. But did we really expect it to be just find the off switch and flip it? Arianje. I am unharmed, but what of Rain? No, you listen to me. Huh, okay. Well, I'm glad that's over, but for how long? The beast's fury hath subsided. One fell swoop. Reen appears to have recovered from her battle of wills with Eden. It worked. I'm in control now, I think. You think? Although I am now linked to Eden, I still need to figure out how to give it commands. Pray tell what caused it to convulse so violently. It must have been when Eden rose into the air. I'm still struggling to stop it from drifting far from the camp. Even now, thou art Green, what's going on? Above us, something's coming this way. An enemy. But how dost thou... could it be a Sin Eater? I can't see them clearly, but no, that's impossible. What is it? They're inside too, lots of them, trying to reach the core. Uninvited guests, eh? If I'd known they were coming, I would have tidied the place up. Japes are a poor substitute for a viable stratagem. In that case, I suggest that you and I deal with the ones who are already inside. And Myrokos can welcome our airborne adversary. Reen, find out if Eden has any defenses we can make use of, preferably ones that don't recognize us as the enemy. I'm not sure about that, but I can use the ether currents to send you wherever you need to go. That's my goal. Alright, everyone, we've got work to do. From what I can tell, Eden is able to form simple structures by redirecting ether, so I'll try to give you something to stand on. When you're ready, head for that portal over there. Come on, Eden, show me what you can do. Okay. And here we go. I hope I did that one correctly. Get in. I didn't know if I was supposed to die that way or... Okay. Eh. Ooh. Well, I took out all of the DPS and one of the healer. And the healer. Oh. Oh my. We may have to do a reset. Yeah, wipe. And at 9%. Oh, I'm party leader? Okay. Oh no, we lost our healer. We have one healer. Oh, this is gonna be a wipe. Not sure why I just did that more out of habit than anything. One. Yeah, this will be a wipe. Oh. Okay, oh no. Oh. Assign player mechanic. Oop. So it dumped a person. Myrokos, thank goodness you're unharmed. We came as soon as we took care of our unwanted guests. They were a stubborn bunch and quite unlike anything I've ever seen in the first. No, I won't let you. Damn the light. Damn you all. Who are you? What do you want? Why am I here? What is happening? Is this actually a person? Their armor is very distinct. She's alive, but there's something strange about her ether. She didn't seem too pleased with Reen taking control of Eden, which may be what caused her to appear out of the blue. Beyond that, it's anyone's guess. It's plain that she is not a Sin Eater, not even in part as Vothri was. Yet this knowledge does little to assuage my fears, for she is nonetheless possessed of a power most terrible. On the other hand, if she's feeling cooperative, she might be able to tell us more about Eden. I'll keep an eye on her until she wakes up. There's no telling what will happen when she does, but I'll make it clear that we mean her no harm. Well, no further harm, at least. Obviously, it's not a good idea to bring her inside Eden. It's likely that reaching the core will... her core was her aim from the outset, so I'll take her to the camp. Now that things have settled down, I should get back inside and try strengthening my link to Eden. I have yet to discover the means by which the exterior was breached, though it would appear that the fiends that Thancred and I slew were of a similar nature to those led by thy known adversary, Voidsent. In other words, Voidsent? Interesting. Although I had my hands full trying to control Eden, yeah, those did look like Voidsent. Although I had my hands full trying to control Eden, I caught a glimpse of your battle. That power, I've never seen anything like it. What thou witnessed was the tearing of the very fabric of reality, the creation of a rift through which Voidsent may enter. But pray tell, Reen, didst thou make any other observations? I couldn't sense any light at all in that girl or her servants. And I can't really explain how, but she reminded me of Emmett Selk. Though I think it unlikely that she is an Ascian, she may yet be a thrall to Zodiac. Maybe we'll be able to find out more once she's woken up. In the meantime, I'll try to improve my control over Eden. It seems to be listening more than before, instead of screaming at me like it was in the beginning. And that's not all. I've made an exciting discovery. Well, don't keep us in the dark. Mayhap Eden hath imparted unto Reen some manner of ancient knowledge. Nor any drop to drink. Reen's newly formed bond with Eden's core has led to a surprising discovery. I feel more confident in my ability to control Eden now. Of course, this is only the beginning. And we shall accompany thee wheresoever this path may lead. But pray tell, what manner of discovery hast thou made? I understand how Eden's power works, and therefore the true nature of the flood of light. Yes, it affected the balance of all the ether in the empty, shifting it so far towards the umbral that it stopped flowing altogether. The power to tip the scales and to tip them back again. That's what Eden does. It controls the balance of ether over a wide area, forcing it from one alignment to the other. Left alone, it still poses a threat, but if I can harness its power, I think I could use it to breathe life back into the empty. The trouble is, I haven't the foggiest idea of where to start. And if I go about this the wrong way, I'll do more harm than good. Thou needst not bear this burden alone, Reen, nor should thou. 'Tis no simple matter of awakening that which lies dormant. All things in nature are inextricably linked. The elements maintain a fragile harmony without which life cannot prosper. Excuse me. So what should we do? A solution hath begun to take shape in my mind, though it will require further discussion. For the time being, let us return to the camp. 'Twould be remiss of us not to involve Thancred. So it's loading up there. Okay. I'm curious to know what connection that girl has to Eden, if only she'd told us a bit more before she collapsed. Still sleeping soundly, I'm afraid. If I'd known she'd take so long to come around, I'd have brought a good book or two to pass the time. My friends, I believe I have struck upon a method by which we may see this world restored. Urianger, before you go any further, allow me to make a potentially very long story slightly shorter. The plan is to control Eden and realign the ether of the empty, right? In essence, yes. However, unleashing elemental energies haphazardly will not suffice. In addition, the empty is unfathomably vast. Were we only able to effect change over one small region at a time, it would take many lifetimes to complete even a fraction of our task. Instead, our energies would be better spent revitalizing each element in order that we might set in motion a more widespread transformation. One at a time. I hate to say this, but I don't think Eden will be able to draw out a single element without affecting the others. For that very reason, we shall select a location in which the ambient ether we wish to restore is at its most potent. Even in a dormant state, certain elements will be more prevalent and therefore more easily manipulated. Then we rebalance the ether and return it to the land, whereupon it shall be borne on ethereal currents to the furthest reaches of the empty. But what's to prevent the element from breaking free of Eden's hold and causing a disaster of some sort? Good question. It must needs be contained. The question is how. Myrokos, indulge me a moment if thou wouldst. Pray imagine a corporeal manifestation of each of the individual elements. What dost thou see in thy mind's eye? Surely not. Moogles? Oh, I don't want to do an elemental Moogle. No. Mayhap thou art afeard to utter the fateful word, for to even speak the name primal is to invite misfortune. Well, he said it at least. Though invite it we must, as the ether is drawn forth and realigned by Eden, we shall perform a summoning as Master Louisoix once did on the fields of Cartanel. As one who hath laid low countless primals, thy memories will shape the ether into a deiform entity, which must subsequently be dispersed in the traditional fashion. So, defeat it, in other words. But is that even possible? I break my fast on primals. It's either that or being torn to shreds. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure I can. I break my fast on primals. Lest thou forget, 'twill be no more than an approximation of a foe thou hast previously bested. I have every confidence in thine abilities, Myrokos. Okay. As do I, though it may help to have some idea of what you will be up against. Have you decided which element to tackle first? I propose Walker, the source of all life. Leviathan. Oh no. As for the location, an area to the west of Norvant was once home to the world's deepest ocean. Alas, the flood of light reduced it to a yawning chasm. Water, yes, that seems like a good choice. I'll see if Eden can take us where we need to go. And I shall prepare for the summoning. Tancred, wouldst thou keep watch over our enigmatic antagonist? She may have vital information to impart. In the event that she becometh agitated, thou mayest have need to restrain her. Someone's got to do it, I suppose. I'll be praying for your success while I wait here, twiddling my thumbs. Still, I must say I don't envy you being caught up in yet another of Uriange's madcap schemes. Though come to think of it, if the creature you must fight is born from your own memories and imagination, why don't you try thinking up something a bit tamer than the primals you fought in the past? Perhaps that's not how it works. Anyway, best of luck. Oh, would that it were that simple. Greens acquitted herself well in this whole Eden business, but I think she needs to slow down a little. We're in no hurry, after all. Probably not. Wait, I have a card. Oh, that's that card. Yeah. Well, I can at least, collect that. Leviathan is the ideal candidate to embody the element of water. Be warned that the circumstances of said summoning differ greatly from that of the primal encountered in the source, and the results are difficult to predict. Typical. Eden seems to be responding well to my instructions, so we should reach our destination in no time at all. Alright, this is the place. I'll see if I can draw out the water aspected ether. The rest is up to you, Myrokos. Okay. Memories of Leviathan come flooding back. Ooh. Bad choice of words. Bad choice of words. Oh, and I'm almost at tombstone cap. It would appear the summoning was a success, though Leviathan hath yet to reveal itself. When you're ready, I'll have Eden teleport you there. Here we go. Oh, oh, just narrowly missed that. Huh, okay. A most emphatic victory, Myrokos. Unfortunately, we cannot be certain if the ether is behaving as predicted. That was incredible. Is that what a primal looks like? Oh, not quite the same then, but why is that? The Leviathan of the Source was summoned by the Sahagin, to whom he was no less than a god. Without their faith, the deiform entity that we brought into existence differed on a fundamental level, though it was no less formidable. The manifestation relied upon Myrokos' experiences of Leviathan and may have been influenced by recollections of other water-aspected beings, leading to further discrepancies. Memories brought to life. But I still can't tell if our plan actually worked. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. How goes it? If you finish slaying your primal or whatever it is, I suggest you get back here on the double. There's something you ought to see. What could that be? Evidently, our only recourse is to return to our base of operations forthwith. Interesting. Myrokos, look. Whatever was interesting, it seemed to get his attention. Ooh! We have water and a crystal. Not unlike an aetheryte of the first. And it's blue. Okay. For the 12's good grace, 'tis a marvel to behold. I never thought that a whole lake would suddenly appear like this. It's a little more than a lake. We have some rivers flowing into it. And we're just getting started. I only hope the burden is not too much for you, Myrokos. Yeah, I got this. Okay. You know, when I first heard Urianger's plan, I didn't know what to expect, but then that enormous crystal appeared and water came gushing forth, and well... such a profound transformation. Though the change appeareth to be limited to an area no more than a few malms in diameter. No, not Titan. Seismic, that's gotta end. Earth, that's gotta be Titan. Reen and Urianger are considering the next step in the plan to reclaim the empty. I think this proves that the water aspect of ether is no longer lying dormant, so which element should we realign next, Urianger? I propose Earth. Should we succeed in returning the soil's life-giving energy, the empty shall become capable of supporting the growth of flora. Imagine that, forests in the empty. But before we begin, I'd like to know how that girl is doing. Still sound asleep. She didn't so much as stir when I took her helmet off. I thought it might be getting a bit stuffy in there, and I was curious to know what sort of person we were dealing with. She seems surprisingly normal, not at all like your usual void scent. I'd say she's around the same age as you, Reen, perhaps a little older. Well, whoever she is, we should let her rest while we concentrate on the task at hand. As much as I'd love to go with you, I'd best stay here in case she wakes up and is feeling less than cooperative. And while I wait here, wishing I had something to read, my thoughts will be with you as you fly off to face the next opponent. It must be a strange feeling to bring something into existence through your own willpower, only to slay it immediately afterwards. I almost feel sorry for the poor things. All the same, I wish you luck. If all goes well, he won't be waiting for long. Wait, isn't this the same sort of thing that conjuring a concept is? Interesting. If all goes well, he won't be waiting for long. The sooner we get this over with, the sooner we can see the results. Once more unto the empty, dear friend. Thou art prepared, I presume. As I'll ever be, I can repair gear later. Now, before we embark on our journey, there is one question I feel I should ask. Where are we going? I would suggest a certain region that lieth east of Norvant, which was once home to the great Mount Atlas. And for the Earth-aspected primal we wish to invoke, what could be more fitting, a more fitting choice than Titan? I don't think I've ever heard of that one. What's it like? He's worshipped by the kobolds, the landslides. The landslides. It seems like you had a rather traumatic experience. You could say that, but if our last battle is anything to go by, this one will be different from the Titan that Myrokos remembers. Yes, it would be wise to consider the two as entirely separate beings. As such, thou must needs conceive new stratagems if thou art to triumph in the battle to come. Past experience will avail thee not, I fear. Alright, Myrokos, once you're ready, we'll be on our way. It took a while, but we finally arrived. Ready? As I'll ever be. Memories of Titan come tumbling back. Oh, what now? Oh, and the color scheme seems to have changed. There is blue, yes, but we're getting, I guess, like, what? Not certain what color that is. Presumably something more yellowish, at least in part. So this will be the last one for the current initial tier. Remember, the primal will almost assuredly be vastly different from that which thou didst lay low on the source. The terrain around here seems a bit rough, but Eden can give you something more level to stand on. Okay, last one for this part. Here we go. Oh, and I had gone AFK. It was idle so long. Boo. Don't queue for something unless you're going to do it. I mean, accidents happen. You might accidentally click the wrong thing and need to fix something, but you should at least plan on doing something if you intend to queue. Ooh, too soon. Whoops. Must have been too far away. It looks like, that one was better. When in doubt, oh! When in doubt, follow the group. Oh. Ah, not again. You didn't mind, huh? Oh, there's a minion. Definitely want that if possible. Oh, I attained it. Okay. No, and everybody left. Well fought, Myrokos. Well fought indeed. That thou wert able to triumph over an avatar of primordial rage is testament to thy puissance. Welcome back. You must be exhausted. For a creature made of rock, he was a lot more agile than I was expecting. I wonder, was the Titan of your world a tough opponent too? He could be. Never stood a chance against me. Yes, if I put one foot wrong, I would have fallen to my doom. Oh, so I can say, he was nothing, or... Yeah, no, if I put one foot wrong, he would have... so all it would have taken was a momentary lapse of concentration. I don't like the sound of that. But more importantly, you've defeated another elemental being, which means we're a step closer to reclaiming the empty. I can't wait to see how much of a difference we've made this time. Okay, the crystal's yellow now. Did we really do all this? And some of... Huh. So some of the land has returned, but it's still... Yeah. Alright, it would appear the balance has returned to the element of earth. And yet... the transformation hath affected only the immediate vicinity, whereas the lands beyond this lake doth remain unchanged. 'Tis passing strange indeed. Did we do something wrong? Though this falleth short of the outcome I had envisioned, 'tis plain our efforts were not in vain. Mayhap this localized phenomenon is the result of an intersection of ethereal currents. Therefore, it is reasonable to assume that similar locations in the empty hath undergone comparable alterations. Then the ether will spread out from these points to cover the rest of... Uh-oh. Reen. I hope she's okay. Are you alright? Perhaps asserting her will over Eden hath taken its toll. The next piece of the puzzle. Reen appears to be overcome by exhaustion. It's nothing. That didn't look like nothing to me. You'd better lie down for a while. No, really, I'm fine. Anyway, we've still got work to do. Nay, Thancred hath the right of it. 'Twould be unwise to exert thyself overmuch. I appreciate your concern, but I do wish you'd stop fussing. Reen, thou knowest not the strain thou dost place on thyself. Though the elements of water and earth hath been restored, continued exposure to the empty stagnant ether may yet sap thee of thy remaining strength. Now that you mention it, I've been feeling a bit out of sorts since we got here. I should probably get away from the empty and rest a while. Pray do so. Meanwhile, I shall remain here. The restoration of the first two elements hath produced unexpected results, and I require time to analyze our findings. However, I must ask thee to refrain from discussing our work in the empty, even with our closest comrades. Why? I thought they'd welcome the news. Indeed they shall, once we have more to show for our efforts. Nevertheless, this mission is one of surpassing danger. I am loath to place our dearest friends at risk unless absolutely necessary. You have their best interests at heart, I'm sure, but to be perfectly honest, I'd prefer not to keep secrets from people that I trust with my life. I don't want to make a habit of this, but I'll do as you ask. It seems to me Reen is the only one who would benefit from a change of scenery. Our Sleeping Beauty would likely fare better in more hospitable surroundings. We'll need to have our associates at the Crystarium organize a safe place for her to stay. If you and Myrokos could go on ahead and have a word with them in Mordsuk, we'll finish up with you once Oriandre has finished whatever it is he needs to do. Perhaps thou too shouldst accompany her on the return journey. I dare say she would be glad of thy presence. No, not this time. She's come such a long way since we first met, and I worry that relying on me too much will only hold her back. We won't be staying in the First forever. The time will come for Reen and I to part ways, and for her to follow her own path. I know you understand this too, Uriange. I see you trying to pass on as much of your knowledge as possible while you still can. And to her credit, she is actually taking most of it in. Reen is possessed of a natural affinity for etherology, unlike some who shall remain unnamed. A natural affinity for staying awake during your lectures, more like, though come to think of it, she doesn't really take after me at all. However, like thee, she is predisposed to brooding in silence in lieu of voicing her concerns. Says the master of keeping his cards close to his chest. Oh yeah, Uber Danger, I haven't forgiven you for that. Anyway, Myrokos, you'd better take the Sky Slipper with Reen. It's true that she's been through a lot lately, but so have you. We'll need you ready for the challenges that lie ahead, so go on and get some rest. We shall await news of thy safe arrival in Almarang. We have to decide whether it's worth posting Crystarium guards to watch over Eden while we're gone. As there is little risk to our camp being ransacked, it may be left unattended in our absence. Okay. It seems like you were all having quite a serious discussion. I hope I haven't given you any cause for concern. Oh, not at all. Well, if you say so, I probably shouldn't stay in the MT any longer than necessary, though. So, do you want to take first shift piloting, or shall I? Phew, I'm glad I had you there to keep me company. I have no idea how I would have passed the time otherwise. Now that we're here, I need to find our contact from the Crystarium. But before that, I was hoping I could have a word with you. Something's been on my mind. This might not be the best place for it, though. Those creatures over there look a bit hungry. When I first spoke to Thancred and Ariange about what I'd sensed in the empty, part of me wished we could have just left it alone. I guess I was scared of what we'd find. But now that we've found Eden, I know I made the right choice. And if I'd given in to my fear, I probably would have spent the rest of my life wondering what might have been. From now on, whenever I hear that voice inside telling me to run away, run away to hide. I won't listen. That's not who I am anymore. Even so, all the courage in the world is not going to help me decide what we should do with that girl when she wakes up. Do you remember what she said right before she passed out? Why am I here? What is happening? What if she's being controlled or forced to act against her will? Whatever the case, it's clear that she's not a monster. She's a person like you or me. Obviously, she knows something about Eden, and we need all the information we can get. But more than that, I just want to talk to her to find out who she is and if there's anything we can do to help her. On the other hand, we mustn't forget that she's already attacked us once. What's to say she won't try again when she wakes up? Good point. If she keeps us from reclaiming the empty, it will be all my fault. It's no good. I can't make up my mind. What do you think we should do? Myrokos. If Alphina were here, he'd talk things through with her. Even Emmett Salk had his reasons. We should at least hear her out. There's not much we can do until she wakes up. Ooh. I see what you mean. Perhaps if we'd been able to come to an understanding, things wouldn't have ended the way they did. I hope that she's nothing like Emmett Salk, but we won't know until we speak to her. Until then, I'll try to concentrate on the here and now. Speaking of which, I still need to see Urianje's errands. The people we're on our way to meet, we are on our way to meet, lent us the Sky Slipper and most of the apparatus we've been using, and since we've been sworn to secrecy, I assume the same applies to them and their colleagues. Anyway, once that's over with, we can find a place to relax. Now that we're here, allow me to introduce you to two members of our inner circle, or whatever you want to call it. That's Gul, who's interested in trading for any relics we find in the empty. Apparently he mostly deals in exotic weapons and whatnot, but he's agreed to help us agreed to keep us supplied with whatever else we can't get from the Crystarium. Now, the ones we came to meet should be around here somewhere. Ah, Reen, what a relief to see you returned unharmed from your expedition. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. We were gone a bit longer than we expected. Myrokos, I'd like you to meet Luri. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. As representative of the Settlement Council, I am here to oversee the delivery of equipment deemed necessary to your mission. I will be on hand to provide any assistance you may require. Actually, there's something we'd like you to take care of. It's probably best not to talk about it in the middle of the market, though. I'll take it from here, Myrokos. You should get some rest. But before you go, I'd like to thank you for everything you've done. We still have a long road ahead of us, but if we give it our all, there's nothing we can't handle. I see. What do you see? Though it is mere supposition, it would behoove us to proceed with caution. Moreover, I would refrain from discussing the matter with Reen and Myrokos until we know more. More keeping secrets? Uber danger? Seriously? Well, I appreciate you telling me, even if it's too soon to be sure. I'm the one watching over her, after all. The Oracle of Darkness. I pray it is not true. Huh. Alright. Okay, so that continues the quest line. And then here's where we unlock Savage. Okay, so with that, I shall call this stream quits. It's coming up on my dinner time. I need to get food in me. If you liked what you saw at any point, please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Give me a follow on Twitch. Hit the notification bells. And I shall see you anon, friends.